Let's talk about the back of that shirt and
Yep.
what you got on there and what it means to you.
Um, I guess it just means those that I've beaten. Steve Ray Payne shows his date on there. Um, then Dwayne Crespo as well. And then on the front, you got DeBell and tomorrow's date on it. That's what's about to happen. I mean, I'm very calm, cool, collect right now. I feel very confident in myself.
What do you make of DeBell's experience and his performances that he's had up until this point?
I mean, he's had a journey with the slap league, with power slap. I mean, he rightfully so is the heavyweight champion, but I mean, even seeing for myself, I'm not too much to talk just about him. And seeing my journey and how fast it's progressed, it's definitely a blessing. It's an honor, and I'm just grateful to be a part of it.
Do you respect the DeBell as the champion?
I can respect him being, or as being the past champion, but for myself, everyone's gonna want to take that belt from you, and I'm the person to do it.
With having two matches in Power Slap and getting a title opportunity, do you think it's the right place, right time for your career, or is it happening incredibly fast for you?
I'd say it's a dual-edged sword. I'd say it's happened very fast from signing up to now, you know, doing it and having a title match tomorrow. But I will say that it's the right place for me at this time. I mean, God has a time for everybody, and it's never been so manifested than as it is right now. And I'm a big believer in that.
So you're a slight underdog on the Vegas line. Do you think that's fair odds?
I honestly, I've been an underdog my whole life. Buffalo's been an underdog city, and I welcome that. I welcome challenge. So I'm I'm not worried about the odds or the favorites, or if I was the favorite, if I am the underdog now, that doesn't concern me at all.
What type of energy did you get from the bell at the face-off?
Um, I mean, just looking at him, he didn't had his glasses on the whole time. Really wouldn't look at me in the face, eye to eye, mano a mano. Um, so I mean, I know he's ready. I know he's poised. He's calm, cool, collected as myself. I'm not too much of shit talkers. I like to make shirts, you know, as I did this one. I think it's just funny. You gotta have a little fun with it. But I know he's ready to defend it. I'm ready to take it away.
We know you're proud, being from Buffalo, New York. What do you want to say to the people back in your hometown?
All I just gotta say is I'm here. I'm ready. I'm ready to take it back. I'm ready to do it for the city. We've gone through a lot of struggles, a lot of hardships, and to be able to do something that will bring success and joy, at least in some aspect, I mean, it's an honor and it's a blessing. So I know I don't merit to a lot of the Bills teams. I don't merit to a lot of the sports teams we have or music artists, but to be able to come from a city with so much struggle and to be able to put it on the map in some sense, that's a blessing, and I'm very honored.
Nate, that being said, the last time we saw you, Dana interrupted your press conference to let you know that Josh Allen, Dalton Kincaid, they were texting him. They were holding a little watch party.
Yeah.
Your social media since then, you share on your stories. You've gotten a little popularity. There was somebody that slapped you was it at a recent
Yeah,
event?
he's an influencer. Yeah.
Um, what's it been? What's it? I mean, you talk about how you may not be on the level of the Sabres, the Bills, the team, so on and so forth, but you have grown a little bit of notoriety. What's the past few months been like?
It's been a ride. It's been a journey, but it's also knowing that I have to hold myself at a better standard and a higher standard. I know that there's going to be a lot more eyes on me. Not saying I was doing anything bad beforehand, but making sure that I keep my actions in line with all that I put out there. I mean, me being the Buffalo Soldier and me doing Power Slap, there's nothing that is a mask to anyone. I mean, this is me through and throughout. I'm a person that comes with humility or tries to be humble every day. I'm a big believer in God, and I'm a person that is huge into giving back and being able to be a part of this and having the aspect to give back to the city in some manner. I mean, that's a blessing, and it's just been growing. I mean, people recognize me, you know, at my job, workplace, one either at the Bills, they know who I am, when I'm downtown working security, folks will recognize and say, "You're the slap guy, aren't you?" You know, things like that. It's cool to know, and it's cool to have that notoriety, but you also have to push that aside and realize, man, there's more eyes on you, so you have to hold yourself to a higher standard, a higher, you know, capacity than anything else.
They're on a short week this week. They play, but they are at home. They
Yeah.
play the Buccaneers Thursday, so I would imagine tomorrow is sort of a downtime day, getting ready for the next day. Have they reached out? Will they be watching? Have they let you know?
There hasn't been much of a reach out. I mean, business goes as usual. When I'm away, I mean, we have a lot of guys on our security staff that handle business, and they do such a great job. So me being away doesn't put a damper on anything. And they're just looking forward to us the next week. Hopefully, we can get a win and keep pushing through.
You mentioned getting the notoriety. Obviously, with that comes the hate as well, probably tenfold over the notoriety. But how do you deal with that?
I mean, I don't really look for it. I think if you look for the hate, then you're gonna find it. I know people have said a lot of bad things about Power Slap, whether it's on social media or Facebook, Instagram, whatever. I feel like if you look at that, then it will find its way to you. But for myself, there hasn't been too much hate, and all I have to say is, either you hate it, you love it, you're still watching anyway. That's all I have to say.
Do you feel like it's getting a little bit different? The hate's getting a little less? Because I feel like I've seen less hate just when I post things, Do you feel like people are starting to accept it, or do you think people are finally just, the haters are just saying, well, it's here, so?
I think it's the both. I think people are saying, it's here. There's not much else we can do about it. But then also I feel people are looking at it like, oh, this is actually a thing, and people are actually, putting on for whatever the reason is. People are doing it for whatever the reason is. So I feel like it's both in that aspect.
Hey, Nate, is there any added pressure knowing that there's an NFL team holding watch parties for you?
I mean, there definitely is pressure. I'd say just more so with, just hoping that I can be able to do what I need to do and what I've come to do. Every time that I've come to Vegas for this Power Slap, it's been nothing but business through and through. I'll have fun and joke with some of the guys and stuff, but when it comes to them 48 hours lock in, like how it is today and tomorrow, that's a lock-in period. When you arrive off the plane, you want to say hi to everybody. You want to get, comfortable. But them lock-in periods they really lock you in within them 48 hours. So it's exciting, and there definitely is a little pressure to it. But you just got to push it. You got to thug it out.
You mentioned that it was your dad who pushed you to get into Power Slap. What's it going to mean for him if you take home the belt?
He was just texting me today. He was texting me today. So right now he's in Green Bay. He's a video director for Green Bay. Was with the Bills for 16 years. And he's blown it up over there, talked to the team, talked to the coaches, and they're all amped up. So they're having a little watch party of themselves as well. So having the Bills and Green Bay Packers, in some sense, doing that, that's huge. But even doing it more for my pops, he's the one that really kind of introduced it for me. And we were kind of joking about it at first, but he really pushed it, and I trust his intuition. He's always been good about, if he thinks I should do something, I should do it. And I'm pretty obedient with my folks and my family. I hold them at a very, high caliber. So I'm excited to take it home.
That belt's going to come with a pretty big I told you so.
It will. Definitely will.
My final question for you is, you've moved up pretty quickly. In terms of experience, what have you really learned from your first appearance to now? Have you, technique-wise, feet-wise, have you changed your game? Are we going to see a different slap come tomorrow?
I feel like I'm going to keep coming with the same energy that I've been coming with. I feel now that I have a little and a lot more confidence with me, that I'll be pretty dialed in. I was in the first two, the first one was my first ever, so I didn't know whether I won or didn't win the coin toss. I ended up putting Stevie down, so that was comfortable. Then the second one with Crespo, that was a big factor with everyone's mind, whether I can take a slap. And, it shows that I was able to. And I watch film habitually, And I was watching back and seeing that after my first slap, it was more of a wake up. And then that second one, I was dialing it up. And after my slaps, boom, I was dialing it. So coming now with this title match, I just have an unshaken confidence right now. I really do.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Just one last one. A lot of the fighters come in here and they talk about how difficult this sport can be on loved ones and family. What is it like having the support of your family up here to be able to, go on this journey with you?
I mean, it's a blessing. I mean, all of my events that I've done in life, through it's football or my mission trip when I went to Africa for 2 years, and like Boy Scouts, things like that. My family has been awesome, super behind my back. But to see now, not even just football, but to see now with Power Slap, not only my family, but my friends, a lot of the town, and people really riding with me. I mean, it's an honor, it's a blessing. Sometimes it really just, it puts things more into perspective, and it shows like why and who you want to do it for. It's not for the money, it's not for the fame, it's not for the notoriety, but it's for them. So being able to just compete and to be able to have my name, Bernard, out there. I mean, that's huge. I mean, especially for my pops and my mom. They've always gone through so much hardships growing up. So being able to support them and help them any way I can give back, that's everything.
Awesome. Best of luck tomorrow night.
Thank you. I thought it was spooky season, so it's just a little something fun.
Can I get the back? Can I get the back? The shirt too.
Is that mask coming in 3XL?
This mask? Oh, I think this is a small.